During the First World War, in Reims, France, a girl holds her doll close to soldiers' equipment. This scene illustrates the everyday life in a city affected by the conflict. While soldiers prepare for combat, children continue to find comfort and familiarity amidst adversity. Near the Western Front, French soldiers camouflage a 370mm railway gun. This strategic action is crucial to protect the artillery from potential enemy attacks and maintain tactical surprise. Camouflaging the gun is an important defensive measure in a wartime environment where surprise plays a significant role. This practice illustrates military ingenuity and the pursuit of tactical advantage during the First World War. In June 1917, near Messines in West Flanders, Belgium, the British detonated 21 tons of explosives beneath the German trenches, creating a 45-meter deep crater. This operation, one of the largest non-nuclear explosions in history, resulted in the immediate death of about 10,000 German soldiers. The impact was so powerful that the roar was heard as far away as Dublin, Ireland. In the Battle of the Aisne, in September 1914, in France, French machine gunners positioned themselves amid ruins to fight against German forces. This battle was part of the Race to the Sea, where both sides sought to outflank each other along the Aisne River. The intensive use of machine guns and the fighting in devastated territory are striking, reflecting the brutality and stagnation of the famous trench warfare that would define the First World War. At the Battle of the Aisne, soldiers of the French 370th Infantry Regiment found a brief moment of rest to savor their soup. This simple gesture underscored the importance of nourishment for the morale and resilience of the fighters amidst intense combat. On the Western Front, in Alsace, a French soldier peers from a defensive position. This image portrays the tension and constant vigilance faced by soldiers in the trenches during the First World War. The soldier, cautious and alert, watches for enemy movements, ready to respond to any threat. This scene captures the atmosphere of imminent danger and uncertainty that permeated trench warfare. In Hirzbach, Alsace, French soldiers are stationed, ready to defend the front line during the First World War. This image reflects the French military presence in the disputed region of Alsace, where intense battles were fought throughout the conflict. The soldiers, equipped with uniforms and weapons, demonstrate determination and readiness to face the challenges of combat. In Alsace, the hillside of Mouche is home to a French military cemetery, a silent witness to the tragedies of the First World War. Here, orderly rows of graves pay tribute to the soldiers who sacrificed their lives for the country. This site is a solemn reminder of the human cost of the conflict and a tribute to the courage and sacrifice of those who fought. Johnson's peaceful life was interrupted when his wife was brutally executed by a warrior of the Crow tribe. Consumed by grief and rage, Johnson swore revenge and embarked on a dark journey to punish every member of the Crow tribe he encountered. During his vengeance, he became known throughout the Wild West as the Liver Eater for his brutal practice of executing, scalping, and devouring the liver of his enemies. In 1916, French artillerymen receive instruction on handling their weapons. This image captures the meticulous preparation and precision required to effectively operate artillery during the First World War. The gunners are trained to provide precise and effective fire support to French troops on the front lines. This is one of the last photos of the German pilot Richard Scholl before his death, which were collected and sent to his father. Scholl was reported missing in September 1918. The image depicts French soldiers on the battlefield during an offensive at the French fortress of Verdun. This brutal battle resulted in over 700,000 casualties, both French and German. Losses were nearly evenly split between the two sides. The Battle of Verdun was one of the bloodiest and most emblematic of the First World War. British troops of the 55th Division, blinded by tear gas, await treatment at an advanced dressing station near Bethune during the Battle of Estaires on April 10, 1918. The scene depicts soldiers operating an anti-aircraft gun during a battle in World War I. With clouds of smoke in the background, the soldiers are focused and ready to confront the threat of enemy aircraft. On the Western Front, a French soldier is depicted using an acoustic listening device capable of tracking aircraft. This technology was crucial for detecting the presence of enemy planes, allowing for a quick and effective response to protect troops and Allied positions. The image highlights the constant innovation and adaptation of military forces during the First World War as they faced new threats and challenges on the battlefield. A woman offers a flower to Indian soldiers fighting on behalf of the British Empire. Giving flowers to soldiers was a traditional sign of welcome and support. During World War I, Indian soldiers were recruited to serve in the British ranks, playing a significant role in the conflict. Delegates from Germany and the Allies signed the Treaty of Versailles in the famous Hall of Mirrors of the former palace. This treaty, signed on June 28, 1919, marked the official end of World War I. The agreement imposed heavy sanctions on Germany, deemed responsible for the conflict, and laid the groundwork for post-war reconstruction and the geopolitical order of the 20th century. During the First World War, Senegalese soldiers were recruited to serve in the French army. They were sent to the front lines in Alsace, a region disputed between France and Germany. These soldiers played crucial roles in battles, facing difficult conditions. Their involvement, which mainly occurred between 1914 and 1918, highlighted the contribution of the colonies to the French war effort and had a lasting impact on colonial relations and the perception of equality and sacrifice. After the German withdrawal in Noyon, France during World War II, Algerian workers, among others, played a crucial role in the reconstruction and recovery of the area. These workers, many of whom were recruited or volunteered from French colonial territories, contributed significantly to repairing the damage caused by the conflicts and the German occupation. After the First World War, workers from Indochina were recruited to assist in the reconstruction of Soissons, France. Their presence highlighted the contribution of French colonies to post-war recovery. These workers played essential roles in restoring infrastructure damaged by the war, exemplifying global interconnectedness, and the mobilization of colonial resources during a period of post-conflict reconstruction in Europe. In the trenches of the Western Front during the First World War, African French soldiers prepared meals for sustenance during the conflict. These soldiers, hailing from French colonies in Africa, played crucial roles in the war effort, facing difficult conditions and contributing to military operations. In Soissons, France, during the First World War, a French officer inspects the barbed wire around defensive positions. This detailed inspection highlights the importance of preparation and defense of the front lines against enemy advances. Barbed wire was a crucial part of the defense strategy, aiming to halt the advance of enemy troops and protect French positions. After the destruction during the First World War, French soldiers dig through the debris of a building in Reims, France. This scene represents the efforts of reconstruction and recovery amidst the devastation of war. The soldiers worked to restore the city, removing rubble and rebuilding damaged structures. Their tireless work symbolizes the resilience and determination of the French people to rebuild their communities and lives after the conflict. In front of Field Hospital 55 in Bourbourg, France, doctors, nurses, and medical personnel gathered to attend to the wounded. This vital location provided crucial medical care to injured soldiers during the First World War. The dedication and tireless work of these healthcare professionals saved countless lives throughout the war. In Balcheviller, Alsace, during the First World War, Bambara Senegalese soldiers served in the French army. Their involvement highlights the contribution of African colonies to the French war effort. These soldiers faced difficult conditions on the front lines, displaying courage and sacrifice. In Egypt, a camp shelters workers from the British Chinese Labor Corps, recruited to support the campaign in the Middle East during the First World War. These workers played essential roles in building infrastructure, transportation, and logistics for the British forces in the region. In St. Ulrich, France, Senegalese soldiers from the French army line up for lunch. This moment illustrates the daily routine of colonial troops during the First World War. Near the battlefront in Herzbach, Alsace, a French outpost is established. This outpost serves as an observation and defense point, monitoring enemy activities and ensuring the security of the Allied lines. At the border between Switzerland and France, a group of Swiss border guards stands behind a fence. This scenario illustrates the surveillance and border control between the two countries, especially during periods of regional instability such as world wars. The presence of the guards highlights the importance of Swiss neutrality and efforts to protect territorial integrity and national security. In Dunkirk, France, firemen struggle to extinguish a fire caused by German bombing. This attack during the Second World War targeted strategic targets in the port city. The firemen demonstrate courage and determination as they face the flames to protect lives and property. In Pomiers, France, an Algerian guard patrols a bridge during the First World War. This soldier, hailing from Algeria, a French colony, plays a crucial role in defending communication lines and ensuring the security of the area. In Reims, France, a news vendor works the streets, providing vital information during the First World War. In this tumultuous period, newspapers were a crucial source of news and updates about local and international events. The news vendor plays an important role in keeping the population informed and connected with ongoing events, despite the challenges of the conflict. In Rexpode, Calais, French soldiers find a moment of rest at a kiosk, reading newspapers during the First World War. This scene offers a glimpse of everyday life on the front lines, where soldiers seek information about events from the outside world. In Reims, France, a French soldier enjoys a moment of respite while eating a piece of bread during the First World War. This simple act illustrates the importance of basic food to sustain the troops during the conflict. Bread was an essential part of soldiers' diet, providing energy and nutrition to face the hardships of war. Near La Faux, wounded soldiers are treated at St. Paul Hospital in Soissons, France during the First World War. This hospital played a crucial role in the treatment and recovery of combat casualties. Here, doctors and nurses worked tirelessly to save lives and provide essential medical care to wounded soldiers. The image captures the wreckage of a German tank, a victim of destruction during a battle on the Western Front. This somber scene bears witness to the ferocity of the clashes and the human and material cost of the conflict. The wreckage of the tank is a powerful reminder of the consequences of war, highlighting the devastating impact of battles on landscapes and the lives of those involved. In the city of Paris in 1918, a uniformed soldier sporting 3 bravery medals stands beside a cannon. Despite his remarkable courage and distinguished service, his left leg has been replaced by an artificial limb, bearing witness to the personal sacrifices made during the First World War. 3 soldiers gaze attentively at a desolate battlefield, where overturned and destroyed carts lie scattered amidst craters dotting the mud. The shattered carts and craters bear witness to the intensity of combat and the destructive impact of artillery. The soldiers, perhaps contemplating the price paid by war, are reminded of the brutality and chaos of the battlefield. In the image, Captain Benjamin H. Geary, V.C., of the 1st Battalion, East Surrey Regiment, is carried on a stretcher by prisoners in Achit-le-Petit on August 21, 1918. Geary was awarded the Victoria Cross, the highest British military honor. His wounded condition and the assistance provided by captured prisoners highlight the humanity that often emerges even in times of conflict. The poignant photo depicts the funeral of Sergeant Henry Nicholas, awarded the Victoria Cross during the First World War in France. Solemnity and sorrow permeate the atmosphere as comrades in arms pay their final respects to a fallen hero. In the image, the 20th Canadian Field Artillery Battery is seen in Neuville-Saint-Vaast in April 1917. The horses, drenched and burdened with equipment, witness the difficult conditions faced by troops during the First World War. This scene captures the challenging logistics and adverse conditions of the battlefield, while the horses play a crucial role in transporting supplies and artillery to the front lines. The scene depicts German soldiers aboard a tank with the word "escapade" written on the side. 3 soldiers are seated on top of the tank, while another leans out of a window, showing a moment of relaxation amidst military activities. The scene depicts nuns laying wreaths in a field of mass graves. This solemn act pays tribute to the fallen soldiers during the conflicts, honoring their memory and acknowledging the sacrifice they made. The mass graves are silent witnesses to the devastating losses of war, and the wreaths symbolize respect and gratitude for those who gave their lives for the greater good. A French soldier at the Battle of Verdun wears a gas mask. Historians have dubbed the First World War as the first battle of attrition in modern history, where the objective was simply to inflict as many casualties on the enemy as possible, regardless of time or cost. Brutal methods such as flamethrowers and poisonous gas were often employed to achieve this goal. The scene depicts workers among rows and rows of shells in a large warehouse at the National Filling Factory in the former village of Chilwell. This facility was an explosives filling factory owned by the United Kingdom. The storage and filling of shells were vital processes for supplying ammunition during World War I. Working in these factories was dangerous due to the explosive nature of the materials, and the workers played a crucial role in the war effort, providing essential supplies for British troops. In the Battle of Verdun, soldiers face the adversities of the battlefield. While one soldier sits in the mud, exhausted from the battle, others dedicate themselves to helping the wounded. Despite the challenging conditions and imminent danger, these soldiers demonstrate compassion and determination in caring for each other, highlighting the humanity that persists even in the darkest moments of history.